All right, let's dive into a topic that's, well, it's everywhere these days: artificial intelligence. It's not just science fiction anymore, not by a long shot. This is a technology that is actively, right now, reshaping our entire world, from the way we work to the way we live our daily lives. So let's get into what that really means.
So let me just start by asking you a question. How many times do you think you used AI today? You might be thinking, maybe once or twice? I don't know. Well, the answer is probably a lot more than you think. AI has kind of become this invisible engine running in the background of our lives, often without us even noticing. I mean, just think about it for a second. That face unlock on your phone? Yep, that's AI. The way Netflix just knows what show you're going to want to binge watch next? That's AI too. Even the simple stuff, like your navigation app weaving you through traffic, or that spam filter that keeps your inbox looking clean, it's all powered by these incredibly complex systems. It's already our invisible partner in pretty much everything. Okay, so if it's all around us, what is artificial intelligence, really? It's a term that gets thrown around constantly, but to really understand where this is all going, we need to peel back the layers on the buzzword and get a good, clear definition.
And to do that, we've got to go all the way back to the beginning. This is the definition from John McCarthy, the guy who actually coined the term artificial intelligence, way back in 1956. He called it the science and engineering of making intelligent machines. And you know what? That basic mission, that core goal of creating machines that can think and learn, it's still what drives the whole field today.
So maybe the best way to think about AI is to picture it like a car. The whole concept of the car, that's AI. But for that car to actually go anywhere, to do anything, well, it needs an engine, right? And in the world of AI, those engines are really specific technologies that give it the power to actually learn. And here's how those layers, those engines, fit together. At the very top, you have artificial intelligence. That's the big umbrella concept. Now, tucked inside that is machine learning. That's our main engine. Instead of us writing a bunch of rigid rules, we just feed the engine a ton of data and let it figure out the patterns on its own. And then there's a superpowered version of that engine called deep learning. This one uses these complex structures called neural networks, which are kind of inspired by the human brain, to learn from just massive, massive amounts of data. This is the high-performance engine behind so many of the breakthroughs we're seeing right now. Now, one thing that's so important to get is that the AI in your phone didn't just appear out of nowhere. No way. This has been a 70-year journey, just packed with these incredible aha moments, and lately a pace of innovation that is just accelerating like crazy.
So it all officially kicks off in 1956 when the field gets its name. Just 10 years after that, we get a chatbot named Eliza that shows a computer can actually fake a conversation. Then, boom, 1997. This is a huge one. IBM's Deep Blue beats the world chess champion, proving an AI can master incredibly complex human strategy. But just look at how things start to speed up from there. A huge breakthrough in deep learning in 2012 completely changes the game for image recognition, which then directly paves the way for the explosion of generative AI we all saw in 2023. You can see how each step just builds on the last, faster and faster.
So we've covered the what and the how, but now let's talk about why it matters so much. The stakes get unbelievably high when you start applying AI to a field like healthcare, where it holds this incredible promise, but also some really significant peril. I mean, it's really two sides of the same coin, isn't it? On one hand, the potential is just enormous. AI could help doctors diagnose diseases faster, more accurately, maybe even create treatment plans tailored specifically to you. But then, you flip that coin over, and the risks are just as real. We're talking about the potential for actual patient harm if an AI makes a mistake, or algorithms that might be biased. And of course, the huge challenge of keeping our most sensitive health data private and secure. Which, of course, leads to the billion-dollar question. With stakes this high, how do you manage all this? How do we grab all that amazing potential while making sure we're building in the guardrails to prevent the bad stuff from happening? Well, regulators are already trying to figure this out. The EU, for example, is looking at this sort of risk-based pyramid. At the very top, you have unacceptable risk applications. Those just get banned. Simple as that. A level down, you have high-risk systems, like a lot of stuff in healthcare. Those are allowed, but they're going to face some really strict rules about safety and oversight. The whole idea is pretty simple, actually. The bigger the potential for harm, the tighter the leash. So building these guardrails is absolutely essential. But it also makes you step back and ask an even bigger question. What kind of AI future are we even building towards? Where is this all headed?
So let's be super clear about where we are today. Every single AI system you have ever used or even heard of is what we call narrow AI. It can be insanely good, better than any human, but only at the one specific task it was built for, like playing chess or recognizing a face. The sci-fi dream, the thing you see in the movies, is general AI, a system that has human-like intelligence, that can understand, learn, and adapt to pretty much any task. But for now, that is purely theoretical. It does not exist.
And that leaves us with this final and I think absolutely crucial question. We are the ones building these systems. We feed them the data, we give them their goals. So as we build these more and more powerful tools, and maybe, just maybe, get a little closer to that sci-fi dream, the most important conversation we can have is about the values we're building into them. What do we want AI to prioritize? That's the challenge that is going to define this next chapter for all of us.